What is up, YouTube? Back in Madden 23. Today we're going to be rebuilding the Atlanta Falcons. Madden finally did update this Play Now feature, and it only goes to week 10. So I did have to force wins and losses for week 10 and 11 to make the record matchup for the Falcons. So we got them setting at 5-6, 77 overall for the whole entire team. Not a great team, obviously. Not completely terrible, but yeah, we got Mariota at quarterback. He's a 73 with normal dev. We're going to keep rolling with him because that's what they're doing in real life. Cordell Patterson is 84 overall superstar running back, having a crazy season in real life. I know he just ran a kickoff return back for a touchdown. Drake London is 77 overall with hidden dev, wide receiver 1. One thing that sucks about this Play Now feature that Madden has is that they didn't add any of the reps in for the rookies. So it started out with 0 reps, even though he has 39 catches. Makes a lot of sense, huh? I guess you can take it with a grain of salt. We also got Edwards at wide receiver 3. Kyle Pitts, 87 overall superstar X Factor. The offensive line is kind of, it's got a couple of good pieces, but there's some work to be done there for sure. Pretty much most of the defense is going to be needing a lot of work and turnover on the roster. We got AJ Terrell Jr., cornerback 1, in his 3rd season. He's an 88 overall star. He's a great cornerback. Definitely like to have him on the team long term. Grady Jarrett's 29 years old, so he's probably going to start regressing pretty quickly. He's an 86 with star dev. The rest of the team, not so great. Ebiketie, 73 overall with hidden dev, 23 years old from Penn State. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and simulate to the end of the season and see what happens. End of the regular season, we finished 6-11, last in the division. The Saints went 10-7. The Panthers went 7-10. The Buccaneers only went 6-11. That's surprising. Let's look at the stats for the season here. 29th on offense. That's not surprising at all. Definitely need to do something about quarterback. Defense 28. So yeah, the whole entire team just needs a lot of turnover here. Marcus Mariota threw for 3,400 yards, 22 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. Only 59% completion with the 83 rating, so that's a terrible play from the quarterback. Cordell Patterson actually had a pretty good year. 170 carries for 700 yards, 4.2 per carry with 5 touchdowns. The rookie Algier had 500 yards, 4.4 per carry with 7 touchdowns, so that's a solid backup production. Mariota actually had 400 yards rushing, 4.2 per carry with 4 touchdowns as well. Drake London led the team in yards, 859, 5 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts had 800 yards, 6 touchdowns. We definitely need to try to get him more involved in the offense, so I'm probably going to be switching to the Kansas City Chiefs playbook that features the tight end. Why wouldn't you want your tight end that's basically the best tight end or one of the best tight ends in the entire NFL to be featured as the main guy? How do you even say this guy's name? I don't know. I'm going to call him Olamide. 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, and then Bird, 500 yards, 4 touchdowns. Rashaan Evans led the team in tackles with 104. TFL's Grady Jarrett had 18. That's good to see. And then Grady Jarrett led the team in sacks with 6.5. Lorenzo Carter had 5.5. Ebiketie had 4. Interceptions, Mikael Walker had 2, Grant had 2, Terrell had 2, and then a few other guys had 1. Well, actually a lot of guys had 1. Dang, almost every dude on the entire defense. The Bills beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl 26-24 to win their first ever Super Bowl. Stephon Diggs won Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes won MVP of the regular season with the Chiefs. Nick Sirianni won Coach of the Year with the Eagles. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Von Miller won Defensive Player of the Year with the Bills. Garrett Wilson won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Jets, and Aiden Hutchinson won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Lions. We got $114 million in cap space. I'm going to bring back Rashaan Evans, or at least try to. He's 27. He's 79 overall. He only has normal dev. He wants a 3-year deal, but he's not actually very interested, so I'm going to bump him up to, now you know what, I'm just going to offer him a 3-year deal if he signs in cool. If not, then whatever. Alright. There's going to be a lot of roster turnover in this rebuild because there's a lot of not so great players. The only other guy that I want to try to bring back is Isaiah Oliver, cornerback, 26 years old, 75 overall, 2 years, 7.5 mil. I'll bump him up to a 3-year deal. He's coming back, and then pretty much everyone else I'm just going to let go and start over because they're all over 30 or everyone has normal devs, so moving on. I'm switching up the offensive and defensive schemes and playbooks. We're going with the West Coast power run on the offense. We're switching to Kansas City's playbook so we can try to feature Kyle Pitts as the main guy. Makes sense to do that. And then defensively, we're switching to a base 3-4. They were in like a disguised 3-4, but we're 88% scheme fit, and we're going with Pittsburgh's defensive playbook because they have a really good 3-4 defensive playbook. Checking out the team salaries, Jake Matthews is going to make $34 million. What the hell? He's still 80 overall, but man, I don't know. I guess I'll leave him for this season. Next year, he's only going to make 18 mil. We'll see. He's probably going to regress a lot after this season, so we can try to move on from him next year if we need to. I do want to go ahead and release Marcus Mariota. He's making 14.5 mil. We're going to save 12 million by releasing him, and that's going to be the only player that I just get rid of outright. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. I'm strongly considering drafting a quarterback. If there's one that's available, I might go ahead and do that. But at the same time, I do want to try to give Desmond Ridder a shot. We'll just see how it goes. Cordell Patterson lost his superstar dev, and he's all the way down to a 78. Playing with a -3 morale, so he's actually at 81. Drake London has star dev 78. Edwards is 72 with star. Kyle Pitts is at 87 with X Factor. So let's see, we definitely need a left guard and a right guard. Defensively, we need a whole bunch of stuff on here. We need 2 safeties, we need linebackers, we need defensive linemen, we need corners, and I mean everything, pretty much everything. Free agency, I'm bringing in Jamel Dean at cornerback. He's 85 overall, scheme fit with star dev, 26 years old. Bringing in Sterling Shepard on a 1-year deal to be like a veteran for the wide receivers. Donovan Wilson at strong safety, 78 overall, star dev, scheme fit. Got a punter. Bringing in Sheldon Rankins at defensive tackle. Justin Pugh at left guard. Jayon Brown at middle linebacker. Frank Clark at defensive end. And Lorenzo Carter bringing him back to play outside linebacker for us. So since we did the play now feature where it automatically started at week 10 with all the accurate stats and everything, it doesn't let you do the scouting until then. And it automatically defaults to scouting quarterbacks. So we pretty much only have quarterbacks scouted. And as you can see, the top 2 quarterbacks, Bryce Young is a top 5 talent for sure. CJ Stroud is a round 1 talent, and then there's a big drop off after that. Will Levis is projected to be a first rounder, but his actual talent is 3rd to 4th round. Hendon Hooker is projected to be a 1st to 2nd rounder. His actual talent is day 3. Tanner McKee is projected to be 1st to 2nd rounder, but his true talent is 3 to 4. So yeah, if we want to get a quarterback, it needs to be either Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. We have the number 3 pick in the 1st round. The Texans took Will Anderson Jr., the outside linebacker, number 1 overall. And then the Raiders took Bryce Young, number 2 overall, a quarterback. Now we're here at pick 3. We got CJ Stroud available, who is a true 1st round talent, but he's projected to be top 5. Or we can take a chance and draft one of these other guys and then just roll with Desmond Ridder at quarterback for another season. Or I could even trade down, pick up another pick, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead. I don't want to take CJ Stroud. I already took him in the last rebuild that I did, and he was injured like all the freaking time. So I think I'm gonna take this defensive tackle, Jalen Carter, and see how he does. He's only 20 years old. He's 6'3", 311 pounds. He has great and good in every single thing athletically. So he ran the fastest 40-yard dash of all the defensive tackles. He has A tackle, A power moves. Hit and dev, 88 strength with 76 speed. Here in the 2nd round, we still have Hendon Hooker available here, but his true talent is a day 3. So if I draft him in the 2nd round, that's gonna be bad value. And then we got Tanner McKee from Stanford, 6'5", 226. He's a field general. His true talent is 3rd to 4th round, which is going to be bad value also. But he looks like he's going to be better than Hendon Hooker, just based on how they have him created in this draft class. He's 22 years old. I think I'm going to go ahead and draft him. Throw power is only solid whenever his bench reps are 1st. How does that make sense? Whatever. Alright, well, he has A play action, B deep accuracy, B medium accuracy, A short accuracy, C throw on the run, A under pressure, and B trucking. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take him just so we can get a quarterback. He has normal dev with 89 throw power. That's not terrible. Here in the 3rd round, I'm gonna draft the center, Cedric Van Pran from Georgia. He's a power scheme fit, 6'4", 310 pounds. He's only 20 years old as well. Doesn't look like he's an amazing athlete, but he does have B pass block power, and B run block power. Yeah, hit and dev also, that's great. 86 strength. In the 4th round, I'm going to draft this free safety, Rashad Torrance II. He's a zone scheme fit from Florida. He's 6 foot, 205 pounds. Only got him 50% scouted. As you can see, he has B hit power, C tackle, C zone coverage. 21 years old. Says that he has the 2nd fastest 40 of all safeties in the college pro day, but his speed is only solid. How does that make sense? These freaking generated, well, they're not generated classes. They're, you know, people online that made these classes. But whatever, we're taking them. 4th round, 88 speed, normal dip. Another 4th round pick we have. I'm gonna draft cornerback Noah Daniels from TCU. He's a man-to-man scheme fit. We only got him 55% scouted. He does have D zone coverage, but his man coverage could be between a B to a D. He has A to C catching, and his press is a B. He has good speed, but he ran the 19th best 40. Okay, yeah. Here he comes to the team. 91 speed, normal dip. Here in the 5th round, I'm going to draft this cornerback, DJ Turner from Michigan. He's a man-to-man scheme fit, 5'11", 181 pounds. It looks like he might actually be a hidden gem down here because he has great speed, great acceleration. He has A to C for catching. His man is B to D, and his zone is A to C with B press. He has hidden dev, nice, 93 speed with 84 jumping. Here in the 6th round, I'm going to draft this left tackle, Robert Scott Jr. from Florida State. He's a power scheme fit, 6'5", 311 pounds, 21 years old. Looks like a decent athlete. He has good acceleration, decent jumping, decent strength with solid speed. He has B lead block, normal dev, 84 strength. Here in the 7th round, I'm going to draft this running back, Lou Nichols from Central Michigan. He's a power scheme fit, 5'10", 220 pounds, 21 years old. He has decent speed with good jumping, good strength. Says that he ran the 2nd fastest 40 at College Pro Day. He has A trucking with B stiff arm. Normal dev, 87 speed. We have another 7th round pick here, pick number 27. I'm going to draft this outside linebacker, Byron Young from Tennessee. He's a speed rusher, 6'2", 245 pounds, just because he has the potential to have A to B and a lot of stuff. 24 years old, so he's a little bit on the older side. Looks like a good athlete. He has great acceleration, great jumping, great speed. Normal dev, 85 speed. 1st round pick, defensive tackle Jalen Carter is a 78 overall. Does have hidden dev. He's 20 years old. He'll be starting right away for us. We might end up moving him to defensive end in the future, or maybe now. We'll just have to see how it looks. 2nd round pick quarterback McKee is a 69 overall. He only has normal dev, but I think he's already going to be higher than Desmond Ridder in overall, so we might just end up making him the starter. We'll have to see how that goes. The center Van Pran is a 68 overall. He did have hidden dev, if I remember. Yeah, he did. 20 years old. He'll be starting for us right away. I think our center is like a 67 overall. Free safety Torrance is a 67 overall. Normal dev, 4th round pick. And then this cornerback, which one was it? This one from TCU, Noah Daniels, 4th round, 69 overall. I think he had hidden dev. Nope, normal dev, my bad. It was the other guy that we drafted, Turner from Michigan. He's a 70 overall, 5th round pick. He's the one that had hidden dev. 20 years old, so he still has a lot of time to improve. And then the running back we drafted was only 66 overall in the 7th round. Dang, we had 3 7th round picks. I didn't know we had the last one. Let's see what this wide receiver looks like. Cropper, normal dev. Starting lineup for season 2. I'm gonna make McKee the starting quarterback over Ridder since he is actually 1 overall higher. That way he has a chance to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. We got Patterson at running back for the 2nd season. He's going to be 81 overall, star dev. Brought in Sterling Shepard. I didn't want him to be the #1 receiver, but he is the highest overall rated, so it'll be alright. We got Drake London at wide receiver 2, 78 overall. Kyle Pitts is an 88 overall, X Factor at tight end. He should be getting a lot of targets this year. I ended up moving the center, Van Pran, that we drafted out to right tackle because we didn't have one. Apparently Scott was the best one we had, 63 overall, so he'll be starting over there. We got Pugh coming in free agency to start at left guard. Defensively, I ended up moving that defensive tackle to left end. He's going to be a scheme fit out there. 79 overall with hidden dev. We still got Grady Jarrett, and then we brought in Sheldon Rankins at defensive tackle. We got Terrell and Dean at corners, and then Hayward's going to be the cornerback 3. Grant at free safety. Carter back at outside linebacker, 76 overall. We do have Walker as another middle linebacker, but he's injured for 1 week, so he'll be starting right here. Brought in Jalen Brown through free agency to be our starting middle linebacker, and Donovan Wilson to be our starting strong safety. Here at the midseason point, we're actually off to a pretty damn good start, surprisingly. We're 5-2, leading the division. Panthers are 4-2, the Saints are 3-4, and the Buccaneers are only 1-5. See what players we have to negotiate with. We got $100 million in cap space. Lindstrom, we got Patterson, Shepard, Clark, Pugh. All right, definitely want to bring Lindstrom back. He's 26 years old and he's already 87 overall scheme fit. He doesn't have a lot of interest, so I'm going to go ahead and bump him up to a 4-year deal and see if he'll sign that. All right, he wants more money, so next time we'll offer him a 5-year deal. Patterson has been great. He's already 32. He's starting to go down. He's probably going to end up being in the 70s with normal dev after the end of the season, so I will not be bringing him back. Sterling Shepard's going to be a 1-year thing. Frank Clark, same thing, and Pugh, probably the same thing, so moving on from these guys. Into the regular season, and we finished 11-6, made the playoffs, second in the division. The Panthers are 12-5, the Buccaneers went 7-10, and the Saints went 4-13. See what happened over here with the player stats. We had the 17th ranked offense. I'll take that for sure with the team that we have. Defensively 13th, so yeah, pretty good. McKee threw for 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. That's a great touchdown to interception ratio. 63% completion with the 103 rating. Awesome rookie year for him. Cordero Patterson had 1,000 yards, 4.1 per carry with 10 touchdowns. Great production. Brian Edwards had the most yards, 1,300 with 10 touchdowns. Drake London had 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts almost had 1,000 yards with 7 touchdowns. Shepard had 500 yards, 6 touchdowns. Running back Patterson had 50 catches, 400 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Walker led the team in tackles with 122. Jayon Brown had 117. The rookie defensive end, Jalen Carter, led the team in TFLs with 20. Grady Jarrett had 17. Grady Jarrett led the team in sacks with 11. Ebiketie had 4. Hollins had 4, so we need to get us some pass rushers for sure. AJ Terrell had 5 interceptions. Oliver had 3. Jamel Dean had 3, Walker had 2, Brown had 2, Hawkins had 1, and Richie Grant had 1. Playing against the 11-6 Los Angeles Rams in the wild card round. We also have the Panthers against the Cowboys, the Packers against the Eagles, and the Giants got a first round bye week. I'm just going to simulate past this game. If we make it to a conference championship or the Super Bowl, then I'll jump in and do the Super Sim. And we won the game 17-10, very nice. Next game, we're going to be playing against the 11-6 Eagles in the divisional round. On the other side, we have the Giants against the Cowboys. The Eagles beat the Packers 27-24. Simulate this game, and if we win, then we'll jump into the conference championship game. Let's see how things go here. And we lost 28-24. Honestly, wasn't expecting us to get that deep into it anyways, but I'm happy with what happened. Jalen Hurts won Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen won MVP of the regular season with the Bills. Matt Rule won Coach of the Year with the Panthers. Yeah, right. That dude don't even coach anymore. He got fired. Stephon Diggs won Offensive Player of the Year with the Bills. Von Miller won Defensive Player of the Year with the Bills. Our quarterback Tanner McKee won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Let's go. Boys jumping up the star depth probably. Both Justin Pugh and Cordero Patterson retired after playing 11 years in the NFL. RIP. We have $129 million in cap space. Lindstrom couldn't get him to re-sign before on a 4-year offer, so let's bump him up to a 5-year. Come on back to the team, man. Nice. He's excited to come back. We really needed him. Sterling Shepard moving on. Frank Clark moving on from him. Brian Edwards 25, 76 overall, star dev. I'll throw him an offer and see. 3-year deal. If he signs, cool. If not, whatever. He's going to free agency. All right. It's time for us to start upgrading players. We got a bunch of money. Walker, moving on from him. He's only 74 overall, 28 years old with normal dev. Probably going to be it for everyone else. Matt Hennessy's 26 with star dev, but he's only a 71. He only wants 3.3 mil, so I guess let's offer him a 2-year deal. If he signs, cool. Alright, he's coming back. We'll go ahead and take it. And I think that's going to be it. Yep. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. McKee has got a +4 morale boost, so he's technically a 71, but he's playing up to 75 overall. And he did upgrade to star dev from winning that Offensive Rookie of the Year. Drake London's up to 81 with star. We need 2 more wide receivers for sure, and we need a starting running back. We need a new left guard. Right tackle Van Pran only had star dev, but he's already up to 75. Kyle Pitts is up to 93 with X Factor. So on offense, we need a left guard, a running back, and 2 wide receivers. Defensively, we need another middle linebacker, and we need pass rushers. Carter, oh, I was like, who is that? And he has superstar depth at defensive end. Well, he was a defensive tackle that we drafted. Moved into defensive end, he's already got superstar dev. We could use another cornerback. Well, I guess we have Turner that we just drafted last year. He does have star dev and he's already up to 75, so technically I guess we'd be alright with him as cornerback 3. But yeah, we need to start upgrading stuff here. We need like a legit defensive tackle, couple middle linebackers, at least one, and a good pass rusher outside linebacker. Free agency went really well for us. We're really getting into the point to where we can start carving out the team the way that we want it to look. I'm bringing in Rashawn Gary, outside linebacker. He's a 90 overall scheme fit with star dev, 26 years old. Getting a true defensive tackle in Derek Brown. He's 6'5", 320 pounds, scheme fit, star dev. Brandon Ayuk at wide receiver, 85 overall scheme fit, star dev. Bringing in AJ Dillon, a power back. We need a power back for the scheme fit, and he's a great running back for that for sure. He's 6 foot, 247 pounds, 81 overall. Bringing in Laviska Shenault at wide receiver. He's 77 overall scheme fit, only 25 years old. Will Hernandez at left guard, and then Malik Harrison at middle linebacker. I've never gotten him before. I'm trying to get different players. He has star dev. He's only 74 overall, but he's 26 years old. Here in the first round, we have pick number 27. There was no prospects that I had 100% scouted that were like, you know, legit top 5, so I didn't want to trade up for anybody. So I just went ahead and went to our regular pick, drafting this free safety, Sean Griffin from Texas A&M. He's a zone scheme fit, 5'9", 203 pounds, 509 pounds, yeah. It looks like he's going to be a pretty good athlete. He has solid acceleration, solid agility, good change of direction, great jumping, good speed, good strength. Ran the fastest 40 of all the free safeties. He has B zone coverage, we know that for sure, with B tackle, B hit power. He has hidden dev with 90 strength. He might end up being a starter for us right away. Here in the second round, we have pick 27, so it's pretty close to being a third round pick. I'm going to draft this running back, Antonio Graham from Wake Forest. He's a power back, scheme fit, 5'11", 229 pounds. I know we just signed AJ Dillon, but I don't know, something about this dude makes me think that he's going to end up being like a gym. Ended up being like a high overall. He has A break tackle, A carrying. He has elite jumping with great acceleration, good speed, and great strength. Normal dev, dang. 92 speed though, 80 strength. Third round, I'm going to draft this left guard, Adam Shea from Michigan. He's 6'3", 344 pounds, power scheme fit, 22 years old. He has good agility, great change of direction with good strength and solid speed. He has A impact block, A lead block, A or B run block. Normal dev, 87 strength. The free safety we drafted in the first round is a 75 overall. We did see that he has hidden dev. He's going to end up being the starter right away for sure. 22 years old. Should develop nicely for the next couple of years. That running back I drafted in the second round is actually a 75 overall as well. So I thought he was going to be pretty good overall, but I was hoping he was going to have hidden dev. Be a good backup to AJ Dillon. Left guard I drafted is only a 66 overall. I let the computer draft the rest of the guys. There's not really anyone that's worth talking about. Let's check out the entire NFL draft real quick. Number 1 overall pick was a 75 overall defensive end. Highest in the entire class was a 78 overall tight end from Miami. And then there was a couple of 77 overalls. Starting lineup looks like for season 3, we got McKee starting quarterback, 71 overall with star dev. We brought in AJ Dillon at running back. We also have the running back Graham that I drafted, so I'm probably going to trade away Algier. We got Ayuk and Shenault along with Drake London at wide receivers. Let's see, on defense, so we made a lot of changes over here. We brought in Rashawn Gary, we brought in Harrison. We drafted Griffin, so I'm going to make him the starter over Grant, so I'm going to end up trading away Grant as well. Brought in Derek Brown. The defensive tackle that we drafted and moved to defensive end is a superstar with 83 overall. And then I'm also going to end up trading Oliver away to make sure that Turner gets snaps at the cornerback 3 spot. So I'm going to go ahead and make all these trades and get this stuff situated. I'm trading away running back Algier and free safety Grant to the Washington Commanders for a second round pick. Trading away the cornerback Oliver to the Steelers for a third round pick. At the midseason point, we're off to a decent start. We're 4-3, tied in first place with everyone except for the Panthers, who are 2-4. Let's check out the players that are ready to negotiate. We got $79 million in cap space. We definitely want to bring Terrell back. Probably going to bring back the punter. Probably move on from Donovan Wilson. So let's see, Terrell wants a 4-year deal for 65 mil. He doesn't have a lot of interest, so we're gonna have to bump it up. Let's offer him a 6-year deal. He's coming back. We need to make sure we keep him because he's legit. Punter wants 2 years, 5 mil. Go ahead and offer it to him. All right, we'll just get someone else from free agency. We're not gonna overpay for a punter. Donovan Wilson, we're gonna move on from him. He's already 29 years old. He's gonna start regressing. Lorenzo Carter, we're gonna move on from him as well. End up getting someone else. Will Hernandez, my bad. Gonna move on from him as well, most likely. Mayfield fell off to normal dev. He did have a star dev earlier. End of the regular season, and I don't know what happened, but I guess everyone on the team died in the second half of the season because we went 5-12. Completely just fell off. Player stats, we got the 31st ranked offense. What the heck, Desmond Ridder played a lot, so our quarterback must have got hurt. Defensively 25th, so took a huge step back here. Desmond Ridder threw for 2,300 yards, 22 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 62% completion with the 87 rating. He actually did a lot better than McKee. He had 1,800 yards, 12 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 55% completion, 79 rating, so he played like dog dookie. Apparently we got Cooper Rush on the team as well. Rushing, A.J. Dillon ran for 1,000 yards, 4.1 per carry with only 4 touchdowns. The rookie running back Graham had 200 yards, 4 touchdowns, and then Chenault came in and ran for 3 touchdowns as well. Receiving, Drake London had 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Ayuk had 900 yards, 7 touchdowns. Chenault had 800 yards, 8 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts, 700 yards, 6 touchdowns. Defensively, Jayon Brown led the team in tackles with 121. Rashawn Gary had 15 TFLs along with Derek Brown, and Jalen Carter had 13 sacks. Rashawn Gary led the team with 10. Derek Brown had 8. Jalen Carter had 6, and Lorenzo Carter had 5. Grady Jarrett had 5. Jayon Brown led the team in interceptions with 4. Terrell had 3. Jamel Dean had 3. DJ Turner had 2. Donovan Wilson had 2, and a few other guys had 1. Cowboys beat the Chargers in the Super Bowl 41-17 to win their 6th Super Bowl. James Bradbury won Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson won MVP of the regular season with the Ravens. Brian Daboll won Coach of the Year with the Giants. Josh Jacobs won Offensive Player of the Year with the Raiders. Von Miller won Defensive Player of the Year with the Bills. We have $78 million in cap space. I'm going to end up just moving on from all these guys. Donovan Wilson's down to normal div, 76 overall. So yeah, going to free agency. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. I thought McKee was our guy at quarterback, but he had a really bad season. I know he got injured, but he put up like really bad stats. So I wasn't scouting any quarterbacks because I thought he was going to be the man. I mean, if we had to, we'll roll with him, but I'm going to see if I can try to make some type of change at that position. We do need a left guard and a center. Pitts dropped down to superstar dev. He lost his X factor. He's still a 93 overall though. Defensively, we need some middle linebackers. That safety Griffin only has normal dev. He's the one that we drafted. Let's see. What the heck? Why does it have Turner up here at strong safety? Oh, it's because we lost Donovan Wilson. Derek Brown has superstar dev. Terrell has superstar. Carter still has superstar. So yeah, we just need some middle linebackers and probably gonna be good on defense. Well, obviously we need a strong safety as well. Agency didn't go so great. We had to get Marcus May at strong safety. He's a scheme fit. He's a star dev. He's 32 years old, but he's 81 overall. Nate Davis at right guard, 80 overall, scheme fit, star dev. And then a center, Mitch Morris, he's 76 overall, scheme fit with normal dev. Try to get some other players, but they all turned us down. We had the worst record in the entire NFL with the 5-12 record, so we got the #1 pick in the first round. I'm gonna go ahead and draft a quarterback because we obviously need to do something there. I got these 3 guys only 90% scouted, but this guy right here looks like he's gonna be the best one to me. Jamie Lipton from Southern Miss. He's an improviser, scheme fit, 6'4", 220 pounds. 23 years old, but that's alright. He has really good physical traits. He's great acceleration, great agility, elite change of direction, great strength, good throw power, good speed. He has A awareness, A break sack, A deep accuracy, B medium accuracy, A short accuracy, A throw on the run, A under pressure, A truck, and B play action. So he looks like he's probably going to be the best overall player in the entire draft to me. He only has normal dev. What the heck? 91 throw power, 84 speed. Watch him be like an 80 overall. Here in the second round, I'm going to draft this right tackle, Rod Redding from Florida State. He's a power scheme fit, 6'7", 335 pounds. Only got him 50% scouted, but the stuff that we see looks pretty good. He has great strength with good speed. He has A impact block, A lead block with A run block power. His run block finesse is only a D, but he has hidden depth with 89 strength. The second round pick here, I'm going to draft this center, Peyton Mann from Tennessee. He's a power scheme fit. We could probably move him to left tackle or guard if we need to. He has A awareness, A impact block with B run block. His physicals look pretty good. He has great acceleration, great change of direction with great speed and good strength. He's got hidden depth, 88 strength. Here in the third round, we need help at middle linebacker. I couldn't get anybody that was better in free agency, so I'm going to take a chance on this guy, Edward McDaniels from Georgia. He's a field general scheme fit, 6'1", 230 pounds. And he's 21 years old, and he looks like a hell of an athlete. He has great acceleration, good agility, great change of direction, good jumping, great speed with good strength. He had the fastest 40-yard dash in his college pro day. B zone coverage, B man coverage. We don't know what his tackle is. It could be between a B to a D. He's got normal depth with 89 speed, freaking fast. He can play safety with that speed. We have another third round pick, number 10 here. I'm going to draft this outside linebacker, Damian Rucker. He's a pass coverage, but I'm thinking that I could probably move him to safety because he looks like a hell of an athlete too. From Wisconsin, he's 5'11", 220 pounds. He's 22 years old. But look at his physicals. He's at elite acceleration, elite agility, elite change of direction, elite jumping with great speed. He runs a 4.56 40-yard dash. He has A awareness and B impact blocking, but we don't know pretty much anything else. So hopefully he's good enough to where we can move him to safety. He has hidden depth, only 85 speed. That sucks. Here in the fourth round, this is the last pick that I'm going to make, and then I'm going to let the computers draft the rest of them. I'm going to draft this outside linebacker, Nick Priester from UCLA. He's 6 foot, 243. He's a run stopper. I'll probably end up moving him to middle linebacker, obviously. He's 21 years old. He has good acceleration with elite speed. The main thing that stuck out to me was the speed. We don't know his tackle. It could be between A to a C. He's got normal depth with 86 speed. Quarterback we drafted number 1 overall is a 75 overall. We did see that he does have normal dev, but 75, I'll take that. I was hoping it was going to be closer to 80, but it's still going to be the starter right away. This right tackle I drafted is a 72 overall. Does have hidden dev. We're going to end up moving him probably to guard. And then the center is a 73 overall with hidden dev also. We'd probably just leave him at center. And then this middle linebacker I drafted, he is a 73 overall. It's pretty good overall, but it sucks he has normal depth, but his speed's 89. And then the other linebacker I drafted was a 85 speed, and he has hidden depth as well. Damian Rucker is the one I wanted to move to safety, but that speed's too slow for that. I think 85 speed would probably be getting burned deep a lot. I let the computer draft the rest of these guys, and they didn't really do anything, but I think the guys that we drafted actually were all pretty good, all like 72 or higher. But let's see what the rest of the NFL draft is looking like. Highest in the entire draft was a tight end, 79 overall. What are the quarterbacks looking like? Who was the highest quarterback? Our guy is 75. So we did make the right choice. I think you can sort this by quarterback here. This quarterback was a 73, this one was a 72, and then ours was a 75. There's another 72. So yeah, we did get the highest overall quarterback. For the start of season 4, we got Lipton at quarterback. He's 75 overall with normal dev. AJ Dillon, 83 power back with star dev. We got Ayuk, 86 overall, wide receiver 1. Drake London's 83, and then Chenault's 79. So I made a lot of changes on the offensive line. I moved Lindstrom to left tackle because he's the highest overall rated pass protector that we have. I moved Mann to left guard. Redding's going to be starting at center. Davis is going to be right guard. And then Matthews is not going to be right tackle. It's actually going to be Van Pran. And I'm going to release Jake Matthews because he's making like $20 million and he's already fallen off heavily. Pitts is a 94 with star dev. Actually, I think I should probably trade Matthews. Defensively, I'm going to make some changes at the middle linebacker spot here. I'm going to move on from both these guys, Harrison and Brown. I'm going to trade them away and then make the 2 rookie linebackers I drafted the starters since they both have hidden dev. Maybe they can have breakout seasons. Mays, the strong safety, is 82 overall. Gary's a 93 overall outside linebacker with star dev. Ebiketti's a 77 with star dev. Griffin's a 79 with star. Terrell's a 92 with superstar. We got Derek Brown, 89 with superstar. Carter's a 85 with superstar. Grady Jarrett's a 84 star. We're gonna end up having to replace him soon because I think he's like 33 or 34. Jamel Dean's a 89 with star. Turner's a 77 with star. So I'm about to make all these moves real quick. So I'll put Jayon Brown and Jake Matthews on the block, and the Jaguars are willing to give us Trayvon Walker, the outside linebacker, so we could upgrade our pass rush on the defense a little bit. I'm definitely gonna do that. Trading middle linebacker Malik Harrison to the Broncos for strong safety Grant Delpit and a couple of 7th round picks. The defense is looking like, after making all those trades, we got Trayvon Walker starting over here instead of Ebiketie, who's a 77. Trayvon Walker is an 84 with superstar dev. And then we got Rucker and McDaniels starting at middle linebacker. I thought McDaniels had hidden dev, but I was wrong. Either way, he's still a 73 overall, and he has ridiculous traits or speed. He's an 89 speed with 83 tackles. So here at the midseason point, we're off to a not so great start. We're 3-3. The Saints are 5-2. The Buccaneers are 4-3, and the Panthers are 4-3. Check out what our players we have to negotiate with here. We got 130 million in cap space. We got to bring back Kyle Pitts, Trayvon Walker, Jamel Dean, Drake London. All right, let's start with Kyle Pitts. He wants a 4 years, $52 million deal. He's not interested in re-signing at all. Bump him up to a 6-year deal. Need to do more to convince me this is the right team for my future. Psh, this dude. All right, Trayvon Walker, definitely want to bring him back. 4 years, 39 mil. We'll bump him up to a 5-year deal. He wants more money. These guys. Jamel Dean is 28 years old. I definitely want to bring him back. He wants a 1 year, $13 million deal. He wants more money. Grady Jarrett's 32 years old. I'm going to wait till the end of the year. He's probably going to be falling off pretty heavily. Drake London's 24 years old, 82 overall. None of these guys are extremely interested in coming back. Yeah, they all want more money, more money. Marcus May was a 1 year thing. Chenault, probably not going to bring him back. Finished the season 11-6, so we had a great second half of the season. We won the division. The Buccaneers went 10-7, the Saints went 8-9, and the Panthers went 8-9 as well. Checking out the players' stats, we had the 16th ranked offense. Very nice, like to see that. Defensively 11th, so we're actually going in the right direction now. Rookie quarterback Lipton almost had 5,000 yards, 41 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 68% completion with the 111 rating. That's freaking awesome. AJ Dillon had 873 yards rushing, 4 yards per carry with 15 touchdowns. That's pretty good from him. Kyle Pitts, 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. Chenault had 1,000 yards with 13 touchdowns. Ayuk had 998 yards, 8 touchdowns. Drake London had 979 yards with 6 touchdowns. Defensively, Damian Rucker led the team in tackles with 114. Derek Brown had 14 TFLs, Grady Jarrett had 13, Gary had 12, and Trayvon Walker had 11. Trayvon Walker led the team in sacks with 13, Rashawn Gary had 8, Grady Jarrett had 5.5, Jalen Carter had 5.5, and Derek Brown had 5. DJ Turner had 3 interceptions, McDaniels, the rookie middle linebacker, had 2, Grant Delpit had 2, Marcus May had 2, AJ Terrell had 2, Damian Rucker had 1, Griffin had 1, and Noah Daniels had 1. Checking out the dev traits for the rookies, the center has star dev, the left guard has star dev. Defensively, the middle linebacker only has star dev as well. McDaniel still just has normal dev. We're going to be playing against the 11-6 Dallas Cowboys in the wild card round of the playoffs. We also have the Giants against the Buccaneers, the Bears against the Seahawks, and the 49ers had a bye week. We can win this game. I'm going to simulate to next week and see if we get the dub or not. We ended up losing 45-28. Well, that freaking sucks. The Bengals beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl 34-21 to win their first ever Super Bowl. Joe Burrow won Super Bowl MVP and regular season MVP. Zach Taylor won Coach of the Year with the Bengals. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Von Miller won Defensive Player of the Year with the Bills. Our quarterback Jamie Lipton won Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's good to see, but we've seen that before and it didn't work out, so hopefully this guy ends up working out for us. We have 158 million in cap space, and we need to try to bring these core guys back for sure. Trayvon Walker, I'm going to try to bring him back again. I'm going to bump him up to a 7-year deal. Yeah, let's do that. He's coming back. Kyle Pitts definitely want to bring this guy back. Can offer him a 6-year deal again and see what he says. He's coming back. Nice. Jamel Dean, 29 years old. He wants a 1-year deal for 13 mil. Let's bump it up just a little bit. He wants to go to a new team. Or how much does it cost to franchise tag him? 22.9 mil. That's way too much. Grady Jarrett is 82 with star dev. He wants a 2-year deal. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that. Guess I can offer him a 1-year deal just to see what he says. He's gonna go to free agency. All right. Drake London, 3 years, 18 mil. I'll offer him a 4-year deal just to make sure we can get him back. He's coming back. Marcus May, moving on from him. Chenault, moving on. I think that's gonna be it for everybody. The team is looking like before free agency. Lipton is up to the superstar dev. He's 82 overall, so I think he is actually the guy for us this time around. The offensive line looks great. Kyle Pitts is an X factor. We do need another wide receiver, probably wide receiver 3. Defensively, the hell, man, McDaniels was a freaking hidden dev and he dropped down to normal dev. Man, I don't understand this. So we need help at middle linebacker once again. I was hoping that one of these dudes is gonna jump up to superstar. We definitely need help at safety. And we need a defensive end to replace Grady Jarrett. Get in DK Metcalf at wide receiver. He's a 93 overall with superstar. Jamel Dean, getting him back on a 1-year deal. A corner, 88 overall with star. Bringing in Von Bell, a strong safety. He's a 84 overall with star. And then I'm also bringing Grady Jarrett back. He was the best available defensive end. There was no middle linebackers that were worth getting. There was one I tried to get, but he turned us down. So I'm going to end up having to trade for at least one middle linebacker. I'm trading for a middle linebacker, Roquan Smith from the Baltimore Ravens, and giving up 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick to make it happen. We're trying to get to the Super Bowl, and that's pretty much the only missing piece that we need to fill on our defense. Second round of the draft, since we traded away our first-round pick, I'm going to draft this middle linebacker, Jonathan McNeil from Michigan. He's 6'2", 235 pounds. He is a pass coverage guy, but he has the size to be, like a legit middle linebacker on a 3-4 defense. He has great speed, good in everything with poor strength. He has A zone coverage with B tackle. He's got hidden dev with 88 speed. This is what the draft recap's looking like. The second round pick middle linebacker is only a 70 overall, and then the computer drafted everyone else. They drafted this right guard, 72 overall. He does have hidden dev. Doesn't really matter since it's the last season. And then the NFL draft, highest overall, the number 1 overall pick was a 74 overall defensive end, and the highest overall was a 3rd round pick running back from Wake Forest, 77 overall. Of course, the 49ers would draft him because they love running backs. This is what the team is looking like for the 5th and final season. Lipton is an 80 overall superstar at quarterback. Dillon's 84 with star dev at running back. Metcalf is a 95 overall superstar, wide receiver 1. Then we got Ayuk and Drake London, so we have a pretty good wide receiver core here. Should expect the quarterback to put up some solid numbers. And then the right tackle Van Pran is injured, so that's why it's not showing him. Kyle Pitts is a 97 X factor. Defensively, I think we finally got things situated pretty decently. Obviously, we could use another middle linebacker, but at least we brought in Roquan Smith. We got Jamel Dean back at cornerback 2. And then we brought in Von Bell to be the strong safety, who's 85 overall. So I expect this team to go pretty deep into the playoffs, if not win the Super Bowl. Here at the midseason point, we're 3-3 once again. We're second in the division. The Panthers are 6-1, the Buccaneers are 3-4, and the Saints are 1-5. Simulating to the end of the season to see if we can make it into the playoffs. End of the regular season, we finished 10-7. The Panthers finished 10-7 and won the division. The Buccaneers went 8-9, and the Saints went 2-15. Check out the season stats over here. We got the 17th ranked offense. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit higher. Defensively 18th. I was hoping that was going to be a little bit higher too, but I guess it has something to do with the defensive playbook. Quarterback Lipton threw for 4,700 yards, 42 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 67% completion with the 110 rating. It's definitely MVP type numbers right there. AJ Dillon ran for 900 yards, 3.8 per carry with 12 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts had 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. DK Metcalf 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Drake London had 1,000 yards with 10 touchdowns, and Brandon Ayuk had 900 yards with 10 touchdowns. Defensively, Grant Delpit led the team in tackles. Why? What the hell, man? The freaking computer messing with the depth chart. Rashawn Gary had 19 TFLs. Derek Brown had 12. Rashawn Gary led the team in sacks with 10. Trayvon Walker had 9.5. Grady Jarrett had 7.5. Derek Brown had 6.5. And Jalen Carter had 5. Dang, we got a bunch of interceptions here. Jamel Dean had 8 interceptions. AJ Terrell had 7. Von Bell had 5. And then only 3 other guys had 1. Playing against our division rival Carolina Panthers in the playoffs wildcard round. They went 10-7 on the season. Also, we're going to be having the Cowboys against the Eagles, the Rams against the Giants, and the Bears had a first round bye week. Hopefully we can win this game right here, simulate into the next week. And we won 38-28. Like to see that divisional round of the playoffs. We're going against the 13-4 Chicago Bears. They have the #1 seed. And on the other side, we have the Cowboys against the Giants. Gonna simulate to the next week and see if we can get this dub, make it to the NFC Championship game for the first time in the whole rebuild. And we lost 24-21. Come on, man. The Raiders beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl 35-14 to win their 4th ever Super Bowl. And Bryce Young, the quarterback, won Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen won MVP of the regular season with the Bills. Josh McDaniels won Coach of the Year with the Raiders. Justin Jefferson won Offensive Player of the Year with the Vikings. TJ Watt won Defensive Player of the Year with the Steelers. This is what the final team looks like. Obviously, we had some hiccups at the quarterback position. Started off with Mariota, and then we went to McKee, who won Offensive Rookie of the Year, but then had a bad second season. Then we drafted Lipton, and he won Offensive Rookie of the Year, and actually did pretty well in his couple of seasons that he was a starter. AJ Dillon, and then we got Metcalf, 894 overall. We got Drake London still on the team from the original team. We still got Kyle Pitts. Offensive line is pretty much all new guys besides Lindstrom. Defensively, all new guys on the entire defense besides Grady Jarrett and AJ Terrell. But we ended up trading for Trayvon Walker. We brought in Rashawn Gary. Jamel Dean developed nicely for us. Derek Brown's been doing good for us. This defensive end that was a defensive tackle was up to 89 with Star Dev. This is one we drafted in the first draft that we had, I believe. Yeah. But that's gonna be it for the video. If y'all like what y'all saw, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, say something down in the comments. Do you think that Desmond Ridder is gonna end up being the starter for the Falcons in the long term? I think they're gonna end up trying to draft a quarterback coming up this season. I appreciate everyone for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.